boy. He's going off the rails.
Bruh.
Welcome back, family. Today we are reviewing this modern woman who tried to test her husband by divorcing him, thinking that he will beg her to not leave him. It all backfired when her husband got so tired of her childish behavior and didn't contest the divorce. Now she cannot stop crying and blaming everyone for her reckless actions. Let's first start by exposing the day she was getting ready to file.
So, it's this. These are the papers for her divorce. And,
You want to figure out for me? Just can't.
it's very sad. I don't understand how. 8
So
years.
gross. Why would you put any of this out here? You're garnering support for your shit decision because somebody else implanted this in your head. Your girlfriend's social media, TikTok, whatever dumb shit. This looks like a TikTok video she's making. She's making a TikTok video about her divorce. Can you imagine that?
Try my best to love somebody and fight for them. Put up with so much abuse.
Here
and
we
just
go.
be wiped out with little papers. It's not easy.
Look how nice that house looks.
And as much as I know that this needs to happen, it still hurts. Because I never wanted this. I actually did love him. And I know you have to love somebody that does those things to you. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I see brokenness in people, and I know that we can all be better people and heal if we want to. I'm sad. It's this. This is the dreams that I had for us as a family and as husband and wife, and these little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper.
Cool. What did he do though?
Can break and end something that
You're gonna have to do better than the umbrella term. Yes, I was the best. What? Because he told you to put the toilet seat down sometimes? Is that what it is? Take out the trash? Go get the mail? I don't know. Come on, give me something.
is so strong in somebody's heart. It's hard. I'll get through, but I'm sharing my journey with you guys, every part of it.
Bruh.
Just so you know that you're not alone, and you guys make me feel not alone.
Stop the cap.
So, here goes.
So, day one after filing.
Tears are gone.
And I feel so sad.
Huh?
I know I'm going to go through different emotions, but right now I feel sad.
Okay.
I think the last time I felt a pain like this was when my mom died.
All right.
And in a way, this is a death
Uh-huh.
of hope. And I look
Right.
around and I see, I just want to scream. Like, I see the Christmas trees that I put up and
You killed it.
this beautiful
dream.
home and all my dreams I had for us.
You killed them.
I just want to scream. I just want to like run away.
Murder
I want
them.
to get, I don't want to see any of this. It hurts, you know?
Bloody murder.
I don't want to see it.
Okay. So don't divorce them.
I know that this is going to be a process for me,
Interesting.
ups and downs, and I'm sure, you know, kind
On
of
the
like
streets.
Corey, smile, like get over it, you know, but this is my page to heal and to be brutally honest about every piece of this journey.
Brutal.
So I barely slept last night. I've got a migraine.
Ah.
My heart's broken.
Ah. Unbreak it.
And
Go back.
so much of me wishes that he'd be like, I'll change, I'll fix this, I love you, I'm sorry for all the things I said, you know, you never deserved it, I'll never say that again,
What'd he say?
I'll pay attention to you, I'll communicate with you, I'll
What'd he
lose
say?
my anger. It's not going to change.
Okay. Come
But
on,
I
give me
guess
some.
I'm somebody that will always have hope, because not always have hope until the divorce is done. I'll always have hope.
The reason I'm going hard, you have to remember, almost every single one of them engages in character assassination and reputational damage. The words she's using, abuse, anger, all this stuff, could mean something completely different when you get the guy's story. And oftentimes it is. I bartended in college. I have met divorced guys that have gotten wrecked all the time. We had regulars, brand new dudes, guys from out of town, didn't matter. Same goddamn story. Every single time. She destroyed the reputation, tried to isolate him from his own family and his friends, make him out to be the bad guy, get him fired, yada yada yada, and the story goes on and on. I've heard it a million times. So when I hear the same exact shit, excuse me if I don't give a fuck.
That things could change. And I guess that's just me being stupid, I'm sure many of you would say. Or maybe it's just me trying to see the good in everybody. I don't know what it is. I'm not weak. I don't know why I became this woman. Who am I? But this is where I'm at today, this morning.
Okay.
I'm sad.
So, let me get this clear. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know if she made the right choice or not. But she is the first person to tell her husband how he should treat her. You just can't make this shit up. This next clip is really gonna show you how needy this woman really is.
So I saw a comment, I deleted it, but I need to respond to it. Someone asked to hear my husband's side. So let me tell you, my husband's side. Well, he loved me and gave me everything he had and did everything in the world for me.
Bruh.
And you know what? I have to tell you though, actually, to his credit, he did do so much for me. Except show me love.
Love and attention. Love and attention. Love and attention. My man is here working his ass off to provide a giant ass looking house with multiple rooms. Keeps the kids fed and clothed. Her fed and clothed. Doing well. Not a worry in the world. I want attention. I want attention. It's not enough that you took me off the streets. It's not enough that you married me. It's not enough that we have kids together and they're doing very, very well in life. It's not enough that we have everything we've ever wanted and what looks like we're living a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle. That's a big ass room. Can you see how big that room is? There's what? She's got a long walk to go behind her to the over her left shoulder. That window's far away. My man is making money. Isn't this your job? While he's out there busy getting the bread, you need to be planning the family activities, planning time together with your man. Why don't you be his damn assistant and help him in life? Say, hey, let me know how you're working exactly, and then we're going to have dedicated time together. I understand you're busy. I understand you're taking care of this family. Here's how we're going to do things. I'm going to help you manage your time because we're a partnership. She did the thing where you're supposed to read my fucking mind while you're at work, killing it, building up a business, making sure the family's getting taken care of. You're supposed to know everything, though. And if you did it, it's your fault still. Or you can't really make this shit up. You really
and
can't.
respect and attention and hold me and kiss me and
You see? How
look at me
do
and,
I know?
and communicate with me and
Oh my God, bro.
try to have conflict resolution ever.
Ridiculous.
He did everything in the world that money could do or he could physically do, but
Did
emotionally,
his job.
he's been gone since month 2, and I happen to be pregnant. So there's that, and that's very typical of the personality type I'm dealing with.
Ah.
There you have it.
Okay, so I've got a business idea. We need to come up with a robot boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever, for people that are going through a divorce. That way, you don't feel super.
You see how she's going through those stages of grief? It went from like crying, sadness, I can't take it, I can't believe this happened, to now she's going through like the anger phase. It's so funny to watch. Now she's going to go through anger and bargaining. We're in the anger phase right here. This is her tip. We just need to get a boy. Well, I don't need him. And then bargaining about how her decision was somehow ultimately correct. And here's my business idea, right? She's coping with herself. This is her going through the stages. And then we know what follows next. It's depression and acceptance, and how ultimately she made the right move. And then the and then it will continue again where she's back at stage 1, guilt and sadness. Oh my God, there's no working through this. You just destroyed your entire life for fifis when you were provided with everything a man is supposed to provide you with, except the one thing he couldn't, is fix your childhood trauma, your incessant need for attention because your daddy never gave you any. So instead of working on yourself for the benefit of your husband and your children, you destroyed your marriage.
super lonely, and you can like, or is there like a service of men or women, but for me it'd be man, that I could buy to just give me compliments all day and tell me he loves me and everything's gonna be okay, and call me and check on me and like just build me the hell up. And because I don't actually want someone,
Bargaining.
I just want some affirmation right now.
We're bargaining.
So is there, we need to create a service like this. I'm taking applicants right now.
After filing for divorce, she decided to come back in her ex-husband's life, then decided to leave again by claiming her so-called abuse. Her life is just such a mess. Check it out.
Hey y'all, it's Corey. And I'm finally ready. I know a lot of you were probably cringing that I gave him another chance.
Bargaining. She came back.
I spent the past year with the divorce filed, sitting in the court, and doing all the things on all the lists that he said I should do. And what I learned is that didn't stop the abuse. In fact, I'm still told that what I'm experiencing isn't abuse, and I'm making it up. An incident happened a few days ago where he had an iPad and he was holding it up saying he was going to bash my effing face in. So I contacted the Domestic Violence Center, and we are getting a TPO started, and that's where I'm headed. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos during this process because this was so therapeutic for me before, to get this out, and hopefully my story helps somebody else. I've been in this for 8 years. I did believe it was all my fault because that's what I was told. And now
I know it's not. And I know that this is actually abuse. And here we go.
Call me heartless, but I do not believe that this woman was abused. And
Yeah, I'm not buying this shit for a second. Sorry. Holding an iPad to my face and saying I'm gonna bash her face in. Was that said in a joking manner? Where is your face bashed in? I'm being... Man, listen. I've heard too many breakups. Seen too many divorces. I'm good, man. That... Until the guy gets on here and explains his side, this is all bullshit. We're just controlling the narrative. Never ever fall for the crocodile tears. Never ever fall for the support building they do online through all these stupid TikTok videos because they're making a dumb decision, which they know is a stupid decision, but they can't help the need for attention from strangers, even when you have everything in life, and literally say your husband did everything for you. This is all the same woman. This is this very same person that went and self-admitted in the video when they asked for his side of the story that he's actually a good guy and he provided everything but attention. I wonder what you did to try to get this man's attention. Did you act like a little child? Did you start arguments and fights? Did you try to go to reactions out of him to see if he still cares about me? Because that's how stupid some of these people are on this side of the aisle. They start fights so that they can feel like the other person cares. Talk about broken. I guarantee you, she's probably one of these that did that, and the guy is done with the stupid fights and the stupid arguments that don't need to happen under his household, which has everything they could have ever wanted. This is what's actually happening.
and at the end, she is still not sure about what she is actually doing.
Here comes the depression.
I did it.
Here we go. Ooh-wee.
I didn't even get to like tell everything. But I did it. I stood up for myself. I told the truth. Only a little bit of what's going on, and I'm sure I won't get a 12-month one, but I stood up for myself, stood up for my daughter. And he can never hurt me again. Because now he's on notice. I don't even know. I'm so sad, but I feel so relieved to just tell the truth.
All right.
It was humiliating.
All I would tell to this woman's husband is to cut all ties with her and only communicate with her when it comes to their daughter. This type of unstable and overly emotional woman can turn your life into hell at a blink of an eye.
That is a fact, man. You shouldn't have even taken her back. But that look what that says about the husband, though. Even after making stupid TikTok videos, blasting their own marriage and saying how she's being abused, she went back to him for another year. Why would you do that if you're getting abused? Why would you go back to the person that's hurting you? Especially after putting it all online, which leads me to believe you have enough self-awareness and you've psychologically begun cutting that person off because now you're in a position that you're able to talk about it with strangers online. So you're burying the hatchet on that entire issue and you're moving on. Nope, turns out you just go right back to that person. Okay. And then he had a list. Don't forget, he had a list. He had conditions of, if we're going to get back together, you need to make these changes. Remember that. She admitted that in the video. Did she make those changes? Of course, on her side of the story, she made all the changes necessary, and then that still didn't change him. So you're telling me that she perfectly followed everything on that list and didn't break once. This emotional person right here didn't break once on the list of needs, which was probably emotional stability. You need to manage your emotions better. I guarantee you that was probably one of them. Let's think of the dumb fighting. And then look, this is the first comment. The fact that these women can go around and accuse men of abuse with no proof and repercussion is so disgusting. Exactly. It amazes me how a woman can cry without shedding a tear. Fun fact, people who actually go through divorce devastated don't record everything and post it online. If your wife threatens to get divorced, hire an attorney immediately. The marriage is already over. My wife was a controlling psychopath. The first time she threatened to divorce me was 1 month into the marriage. She regularly threatened this, at least once a month. For the duration. Finally, after 5 years, I replied to her, "Today I make your dream come true," when she tried it again. Should have said this the first time and ended it then. My advice to you, is if your wife escalates and tries to threaten you or coerce you, call her bluff. Live on your feet, not on your knees. Amen. Social media has turned loose a whole new level of narcissism in these people. She's devastated, but still manages to use tons of face filters to alter her appearance. Not one shred of accountability from her. She's beyond toxic. Everything she does is for social media clout. That's a fact. You ever heard one of these videos where she says, my problem, how I messed up, how I tainted this partnership? Anything, any form of accountability or introspection to her side of this marriage? Nothing, bro. Zero. It's all the husband's fault. I am the little angel that did everything perfectly. I did everything he asked. I did everything on his little list. He still didn't change for me. I kept going back. Is there something wrong with me of wanting to heal broken people? You see how they offload it still? That she was taking advantage of her kindness. This is called reputation damage, character assassination. This is what they do after every breakup, especially a divorce, when there's so much social stigma tied to a divorce. That's where they ramp it up. They crank that dial to 11. The character assassination goes up to 11 because that's seen as a big no-no still in society today. Obviously, it's changed a lot and people are just willy-nilly getting divorces. But compared to a breakup with a boyfriend, yeah, she's got to crank the dial to 11 to make sure she comes out of there 100% in the green versus the husband. And it's unfortunate, man. Watch yourself. Your little unicorn, that woman you love, that one you're watching, yeah, watching this video with her right now. People change, understand. It's just a brutal truth. When conditions allow for it, man, the person you really do care about can turn their back on you, and that's because human nature. You just have to understand it, therefore it doesn't catch you by surprise. Desperate people do desperate things. Emotionally unstable people do emotionally unstable things. This can be vetted for, but make no mistake, it is inherent in people. That is why doing your due diligence before you put a ring on a woman is of the utmost importance to a man. That's one of the most, if you're going to get married, the most important decision you're ever going to make that has lifelong repercussions for you. It is worth waiting. It is worth doing all that digging. It's worth going through a little bit of headache telling her, nope, we got to wait another year. Got to wait another year. Just want to make sure you're the right one because I can't take this one back. It's not as easy as closing the door on your way out. Once we do this, it's for life. At least that's how you should see it. And if she doesn't see it the same, you're in trouble. And if you didn't 100% know the person you were putting the ring on, you're in trouble. It's a calculated risk you're making here. How well do you really know that person across the aisle when you say, I do? The brutal reality is, I'd say probably 80% of married men fall in the category of not knowing shit. Based on what I've seen, based on the experiences men have with women in general, like how experienced the man is. If we want to take the Pareto principle of 80-20, then only really 20% or so of men truly have seen the nature of women and understand women and have seen the realities of dating. The other 80% of men are clueless, bro. You're getting fed exactly what she wants you to hear. You're that nice guy that worked really hard and kept his head down, never had luck with women, and you finally got one, you know? You thought you had a catch. You're the one that got caught. You're the mark. She's settling for you. You don't have a good one. When you hear those guys say, I'm so lucky, I was working hard at my job. And like, one day I was at a bar. I met her at work. You know, she was like whatever position under me. And it was crazy. It's like love at first sight. She never had a woman give me attention like this before. I was just a little nerd working in a cubicle, doing my thing, being a slave for the IRS. And yeah, finally, after all this hard work, I have a woman that loves me. Idiot. Unfortunately, most guys are that guy. It is what it is, man. Learn the game first, or the rules will break you. You guys on the next. Hey, everyone. If you have a minute, please head over to legionofmen.store and grab yourself some cool merch as well. We have a bunch of limited edition designs, brand new stuff on the way, and all the proceeds go to supporting the channel. We don't want to be sponsored by corporations where we have to submit videos for review, have our speech impeded, or push any products that we don't use. So thank you so much to everybody that goes into the shop. Again, it's legionofmen.store. I'll put it up here for you guys. First time customers get a 10% off, and we have a bunch of great designs by artists from the community that watch the channel and support. They get proceeds as well, a percentage of everything that gets sold. So community funded through and through. Again, appreciate you guys. Welcome back, tribe. Let's get into it. Body count counts.
I'm sorry, Michael. You were jumping. Michael sent me a tweet. This is pretty important, and I'm going to let Michael take the stage here. Let's pull the tweet up.
Stand.
And it basically has to do with higher body counts in married women and linked to their higher probability.
Can we ask the question before we show the
Michael,
answer?
I'm going to allow you. You know what? As CEO of this show, I'm going to give you Chief Operating Officer alignment. Go ahead, Michael. The floor is yours.
Ladies, put a red, a green if you think it does matter, a red if you think it doesn't matter. Does body count matter? Does a woman's body count matter before she gets married to a man? Does it have any direct correlation to happiness in the relationship? Put a red if you think it does. Red if you think it doesn't, and green if you think it does.
Michael, you have to remind him to put it up high.
Put it up high so we can all see it. Got it. Okay, cool.
So we've got about 50-50 situation. We have it doesn't count.
So
yes,
ready?
yes, no, no.
All right,
okay.
so for those of you who said yes, can you keep your red ones up? The green ones you guys can put it down. If I were to do a study and I were to look at women who cheat in a relationship and women who don't cheat in a relationship, and I was looking at previous sexual partners, would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a relationship or women who didn't cheat in a relationship? What do you guys think? Who did? No, you three. You four. Would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a marriage or women who didn't?
No,
Previous
I think
sexual
they
partners.
probably got it all out of their system. They don't need to cheat.
Right. So you're saying I should find the same number of sexual partners in women who did cheat and women who didn't cheat before they got married. Is that correct?
I mean, are you really going to ask them? Like, does it matter
I think that's
that
weird.
much to
if
you?
you're going to bring an Excel sheet to a relationship, that's weird. Maybe someone got it all out of
I'm not
21.
asking anything. I'm asking.
At 30, they're different.
We do a survey with thousands of people, and when we do the survey, we ask women, you women who cheated, how many sexual partners do you have? And you women who didn't cheat, how many sexual partners do you have? When I do this survey, am I going to find out that women who have cheated, are they going to have more sexual partners before they were married or fewer?
How the fuck do we know?
I've never cheated.
Because you can do a survey. That's how you know.
I've never cheated.
I don't know. I never did the survey.
I think high mileage should be with high mileage.
Okay.
That's
cool.
just my opinion.
So the answer that the answer that you guys have to give is that you should have the same number of sexual partners for women who did cheat and women who didn't, because you just said, by holding up the red thumbs down, that there is no correlation between a woman having more sexual partners before she's married and the likelihood of her cheating. So if we did a study please.
Okay.
What we should find is that we should find the same number of
circumstantial. I mean, it doesn't.
Hold on. I love the
fact. Hold on, Michael. It's Michael's time to speak.
My favorite part is it's all circumstantial, and you don't care about studies, and I haven't even pulled up the study yet. Maybe the study agrees with you. You don't know. But the answer is, but here's the thing: women who have cheated in a marriage have 230% more sexual partners before they're married than women who don't cheat in a marriage. So there is data showing a scientific correlation between high body count and
It's crazy that we need a study for something that's common sense. Women who are sexually promiscuous would be more at risk for cheating in a marriage. Who knew, dude? Groundbreaking discoveries by science, yet again. You mean somebody who has a proclivity for sex over and over and over again, especially with strangers, would engage in extramarital affairs? God, how shocking!
Likelihood of a woman cheating in a relationship.
Welcome back, tribe. Let's get into it. Body count counts.
I'm sorry, Michael. You were jumping. Michael sent me a tweet. This is pretty important, and I'm going to let Michael take the stage here. Let's pull the tweet up. And it basically has to do with higher body counts in married women and linked to their higher probability.
Can we ask the question before we show the
Michael,
answer?
I'm going to allow you. You know what? As CEO of this show, I'm going to give you Chief Operating Officer alignment. Go ahead, Michael. The floor is yours.
Ladies, put a red, a green if you think it does matter, a red if you think it doesn't matter. Does body count matter? Does a woman's body count matter before she gets married to a man? Does it have any direct correlation to happiness in the relationship? Put a red if you think it does. Red if you think it doesn't, and green if you think it does.
Michael, you have to remind him to put it up high.
Put it up high so we can all see it. Got it. Okay, cool.
So we've got about 50-50 situation. We have it doesn't count.
So
yes,
ready?
yes, no, no.
All right,
okay.
so for those of you who said yes, can you keep your red ones up? The green ones you guys can put it down. If I were to do a study and I were to look at women who cheat in a relationship and women who don't cheat in a relationship, and I was looking at previous sexual partners, would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a relationship or women who didn't cheat in a relationship? What do you guys think? Who did? No, you three. You four. Would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a marriage or women who didn't?
No,
Previous
I
sexual
think they
partners.
probably got it all out of their
Huh?
system. They don't need to cheat.
Right. So you're saying I should find the same number of sexual partners in women who did cheat and women who didn't cheat before they got married. Is that correct?
I mean,
are you really going to ask them? Like, does it matter
I think that's
that
weird.
much to
If
you?
you're gonna bring an Excel sheet to a relationship, that's weird. Maybe someone got it all out of
I'm not
21.
asking anything. I'm asking.
At 30, they're different.
We do a survey with thousands of people, and when we do the survey, we ask women, you women who cheated, how many sexual partners do you have? And you women who didn't cheat, how many sexual partners do you have? When I do this survey, am I going to find out that women who have cheated, are they going to have more sexual partners before they were married or fewer?
How the fuck do we know?
I've never cheated.
Because you can do a survey. That's how you know.
I've never cheated.
I don't know. I never did the survey.
I think high mileage should be with high mileage.
Okay.
That's
cool.
just my opinion.
So the answer that the answer that you guys have to give is that you should have the same number of sexual partners for women who did cheat and women who didn't, because you just said, by holding up the red thumbs down, that there is no correlation between a woman having more sexual partners before she's married and the likelihood of her cheating. So if we did a study please.
Okay.
What we should find is that with the same, we should find the same number of.
Punch it a little bit, Malik. I mean, it doesn't.
Hold on. Well,
different.
I love the
fact. Hold on, Michael. It's Michael's time to speak.
My favorite part is it's all circumstantial, and you don't care about studies, and I haven't even pulled up the study yet. Maybe the study agrees with you. You don't know. But the answer is, but here's the thing: women who have cheated in a marriage have 230% more sexual partners before they're married than women who don't cheat in a marriage. So there is data showing a scientific correlation between high body count and
It's crazy that we need a study for something that's common sense. Women who are sexually promiscuous would be more at risk for cheating in a marriage. Who knew, dude? Groundbreaking discoveries by science, yet again. You mean somebody who has a proclivity for sex over and over and over again, especially with strangers, would engage in extramarital affairs? God, how shocking!
Likelihood of a woman cheating in a relationship. Now, the data is over. The question that you had on here before, that's a fun question to ask, we don't have to ask anymore. Does body count matter? The answer is yes.
Let's show the data real quick.
I would assume that they wouldn't
show your
cheat 'cause
work.
they
Punch in on
had
that.
enough sex.
Michael, would you be a
That's what I would
professor and
think.
stand up and should point to something?
So the main thing I want you to look at here is total males sexual partners ever cheat.
And did you hear what that one said? She said, you would think that the people with the higher body count wouldn't cheat because they're over it. So that one self-admits to cheating. And then you can see the mentality that the woman has because I got over it. It's a feeling. So cheaters chase a feeling. What you need to understand with these high body count women is that the feeling that they chase will never go away. Even after you put a ring on, eventually life gets boring again. You get in a fight again. Some arguments happen and she looks for the feeling again. Because these people lack something deep inside that fulfills them. So they fill that black hole, the void, with cheating. Now, once you learn that this is a thing, men instinctively shy away from committing to high body count women simply for the fact that you don't know if the child's yours. That's a biological thing we have in us. But on a psychological level, if you just think about why women have high body counts, and this can go for men too, just in general, of why people engage in high risk behavior like one night stands and the like, you'll see that it is a psychological thing that they're chasing, the novelty of a new body, a form of coping from trauma, and a whole slew of other red flags, psychological issues that they're dealing with. Now, it's not a reach to make the logical leap that women with high body counts are prone to cheating more and more because of all the aforementioned issues. But from a woman's point of view, I got the feeling out, and marriage should fix this feeling because I'm ready to settle down. I'm tired of getting pumped and dumped, only to find out that another Chad may have looked my way once or twice while I was married, or have a midlife crisis because I'm getting older and men aren't looking at me anymore and I miss the attention. Whatever the stupid reasons are, the fifis always win out in the end, and you're always going to end up getting cheated on by this specific kind of female. So pay attention to what they say. They tell on themselves all the time.
Cheated, no and yes, and you go right there. The mean for women who did not cheat, it was 3.87, and for women who did cheat, it was 8.93. That is 2.5. That's 2.3 times as much. If you read on the bottom, the average number of male sexual partners for married women who cheated on their husbands was 2.3 times higher than those who did not cheat. An independent test found that the difference means between the two groups was statistically significant. So if it was 10% more for women who cheated, or 20% more, no, it's 230% more. Like this is undeniable at this point. That's the first thing.
So Michael, because we got to get to Rolo, give us your final assessment on what happened. You've showed us the evidence. You've laid out your case. I know law school was abolished, but this is something that you're going to allow to show the jury here. Present your evidence and let them know where they should do and how they should implement this information to their life.
If you guys want to sleep with hundreds of men, that's not the issue. That's not the problem we're saying. But what we are saying is there may be some correlation between a woman who either wants to have sex with a lot of men, not being successful in a marriage, or a woman having sex with a lot of men causing different neurological changes or endocrine changes that cause her to not be able to function in a marriage. And so good advice might be, according to this data, to not have a ton of sexual partners before you get married, and for men to not marry a woman with a lot of sexual partners. This is not the only data that's done this. This is just one that was done in 2021.
This is the whole virgin bride situation.
But my point is, I never, with what's a high value man? Keep asking that if you want. Does body count matter? That question's done.
Got it.
And the comment says, I'm engaged to someone who never had a boyfriend before. That experience has been 1,000 times better than all the other women I dated, many of which had 12 plus partners. I can tell a huge difference in how she behaves as a partner and how committed she is to making the relationship work. It's really not rocket science. We live in a world where most men who get married are getting destroyed financially. Divorced, and they can significantly reduce the risk by being selective in dating women who aren't promiscuous. Interestingly enough, I have a experience in college where I was a woman's first, and she was, I would have to say objectively, one of the best, if not the best partners I've ever had during the time that we were seeing each other. The amount of effort this woman put in, the arousal she had, the effort, the care and the attention that she put into me and the relationship was incomparable to the rest. Sex was also the best. She put in a lot of effort to learn. She was very willing to learn, very coachable, did and tried absolutely everything because she wanted to take care of me and be the best she could for me. And that difference is still unmatched today. When you get women that have a history with a ton of men, and she's gotten her heart broken a ton of times, they do the whole Disney narrative in their heads of happily ever after. This is my Prince Charming. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together. We're going to have kids together. We're going to do all this stuff together. Eventually gets her heart broken and then starts to build up walls and psychological blocks that she uses to protect herself from being hurt again. Now, repeat this by the 10th guy, 12th guy, 15th guy, 20th guy, 30th guy, 40th guy. And by the time you get to her, the higher her body count, the more of a husk she is, the more walls she's built up, and the more psychologically closed off she is. She's a worse partner for you in every way imaginable, except in the bedroom if you're looking purely for a freak and for fun and don't want any emotional attachment while you're doing the deed. Then you get a broken woman of that manner, and she will do exactly what you want. But if you're looking to build a long-term relationship with somebody and you choose a woman with a rap sheet, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to get crumbs of what she gave the rest because she's protecting herself. It's never worth it. That's why they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. don't save her, she never wants to be saved, and all these other funny things they say about these women with high body counts. They are considered broken for relationship material, marriage in general, for a reason. Because many men before you have made the mistake of trying to change one of them, and many men after you will make the same mistake of trying to change one. Don't be the bozo that's left holding the bag, trying to repair somebody that's damaged, who has to do their own due diligence and fix themselves before even think about getting in a relationship. But you're over there at Captain Save-A-Ho, thinking you got the magic sauce and everything's gonna be fine. No, bro, it won't. You're about to get burned, and you're gonna learn the hard way. Especially in the West, you get married, and she takes you for everything you have. And worse yet, may lobby accusations your way about you doing something to the kids. And everybody automatically will look at you as the scumbag, because you never, ever, ever do anything to the kids. And women know this. That is the fastest way to character assassinate somebody, is accuse the man of doing something to the kids. And it's happened before, and nothing's ever happened to them back for the false accusations. She gets all the alimony, she gets all the child support, you get no visitation rights, your name is tarnished, your family looks at you a different way. It's a brutal game out here, dude. This is why marriage for men getting down on one knee, you should not at all in the West with the rules that are in place today. But in general, not until you vetted a woman properly to the T. You need to go meet all her family, go meet all her friends, damn near interview like a boss every single person she's ever crossed in her entire life, and listen. Don't judge, listen. Tell all the funny stories you need to tell, get along, rub elbows, laugh, do all the things she wants you to do, because you need to vet. If you don't like her friends, that's even better. Go out with them. It doesn't matter that you hate her friends and you think they're this and that and they don't like you. They are the best source of information on who your girl really is. This is why I tell you guys, vet, 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 and don't be afraid to meet everybody in her life. These are the people that are going to fill in all the pieces to that puzzle so you can get an accurate picture of who this person is that you may be spending the rest of your life with. Apart from that, you need to go overseas then if you don't want to risk it and do needle in a haystack strategy here in the United States or in the West in general. You need to go somewhere where people are still close to their families, maybe religious, live by traditional means, and understand the values of marriage, a relationship, and children. Because you will get burned, and they're really good at lying and pretending. I have heard so many times, this is my first time, I'm shy, I've never done this before. And literally the next morning, they're on the phone with a guy they've been talking to for years, or a boyfriend, or some of them have been married, didn't even know because the ring is off their finger. It's wild what they're capable of doing and how easy they can do it. Until you're the guy on the other side and see it happen, you will not believe your eyes. The world has lied to you. They are not little flowers, innocent and pure. It's the exact opposite, man. You've been trained to think that you're the dirty one, that you're the predator, that your mind is nasty, that you're always the one thinking about sex, that all this stuff, it's not true. They do it as much, if not more than us. It's only now that we're seeing it all through the internet and TikTok and self-snitching that women do, that men are beginning to realize that that Disney narrative you've been sold of the dainty little flower that needs to be saved is a complete lie. Anywho, we'll see you on the next.
We don't do this, but you're playing with fire, buddy. Oh, hell no. Fuck off, bud. Keep it walking, buddy.
Welcome back, tribe. I have one for modern dating here. She reached out to the nice guy she rejected 8 years ago. Yeah, looking for a lifeline.
You know what's worse than Sunday scaries? Saturday scaries. I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years. Literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. Like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy. Yeah, no. This is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said, well, I said Leah, haha, and then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me? And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random. And I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again.
Dude, girls have the worst game imaginable. Damn, didn't know we couldn't talk after 8 years of ghosting you and getting pumped and dumped. It's like where that nice guy's like, damn, didn't know your man doesn't allow you to have friends. You know, somebody's trying to move in on your chick. That's what they do. Oh my God, your man doesn't let you have guy friends? What is he, insecure? Come on, man. This dude is probably either already married, has a nicer piece on his arm that's not 28 years old, not trying to deal with this, and this is probably going to look, wow, let me just play. Shit said, I think you're going to be a weirdo down there, but I was going to say, is he just going to go for the easy layup and just tell her, come over, hookah and chill?
I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now.
There you go.
Plot twist, my bad. He said, think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya. And then the conversation just ended, and honestly, woke up mortified. Simply mortified. So please stitch this with any other stories that you have that are similar or worse than this, so it makes me feel better about my...
She really thought he would be there waiting for her 8 years later? Really? This is unbelievable.
No, it's very believable. See, women live in like a delusional world these days because we coddle them as a whole in society so that they think there's no repercussions for all the, you know, decisions they make in their 20s. Like trying to text the dude from 8 years ago when you're 28 and you're feeling lonely and all your girlfriends are getting married or have husbands already with kids, have an entire life going for them. And now you're feeling alone. Now the whole Sex in the City, strong independent boss space stuff is starting to dry up. You're at 30, people are settling down, having families, being adults, and you're left behind, and now you feel bad. So you try to throw this fucking Hail Mary at this one dude from 8 years ago that was probably a good dude to be married to because you thought of him, but you left him for some bad boy with a whole sleeve tattoo. You left him for the moron with like felonies, the asshole that doesn't text you back on time. You wanted the tingles, and the tingles got you loneliness. You could have had Mr. Nathan here, I believe his name was. You could have had Mr. Nathan, and you could have been the wife with the kids, and you would have been a kept woman and would have been taken care of. But you chased the feels, and now you deal with the reals. Unfortunate. Cat and loneliness. Those are the reals you're staring down. They do it to themselves, man.
I always delete women from my contacts or life when they break up with me. People always laughed at me for how hard about it I am. She made the choice. That's fine. I'm just enforcing her decision. It's worked out well for me. When women want to settle down with a good guy, they go through their list of men they've friend zoned, hoping to get a man to settle down with. Nothing to do with love, of course. Every cell in the human body is replaced within 7 years, and yet she thought some part of him still wanted to catch up. Time for her to start collecting the neighborhood stray cats. The phrase, hey stranger, is supposed to be used ironically. In her case, she actually was a stranger who meant nothing to the man. Clueless. LOL. It sounds like the guy wasn't even an ex-boyfriend. Seems like they just hooked up once or twice and then never spoke again. And she thought 8 years later he would still be around waiting for her? Like he didn't do anything with his life, but wait for her to hit him up again?
He literally tended to every single thing that I asked for and I needed. Every little detail he picked up on. And that made me want him really bad. I was like, damn, like he pays attention. Like he really pays attention to every little thing.
Chris asked, did you smash?
I didn't, no.
All right. And I guarantee there's guys that didn't pay attention to anything you do, and they fuck. So anyway.
In the long term, I would be more interested in the man that tried harder.
Fantastic. But guess what? He's not going to get that long-term chance, and he did everything right.
In a few years.
You know, and that's what's sad about the game when you start becoming successful and you notice that the worse you act with women, the more of an asshole you are, the less you care. It's like opposite of what you're told. You're told to be good, a nice, respecting gentleman, take care of them, open the door, you know, nice dinners, compliment them. All the shit that they've told you when you grow up is the complete opposite of what you have to do to get a woman to be attracted to you. The game is so messed up and cold. When you really start to learn, it's like when I was in college and I started dating around a lot and was into hookup culture a lot and just starting to test around because, you know, abundance mentality, you're surrounded by women, you're on a college campus, you're going out, you're partying at nightclubs, whatever, so you're surrounded by women. Start testing some of these things out live and seeing, get to experience this stuff. The more of an asshole you are, the less you care, the more you dog them, like talk shit to them, make fun of their makeup or their dress. It's so stupid that it works. It's so stupid, bro. It makes you so disgusted. Like, in a way, it's like manipulation. It's like, you don't see that I'm running game on you. You don't see that I'm treating you bad on purpose because you're too stupid to realize that you're being gamed, that this isn't even love, that this isn't real interest. This is me feigning it. I'm pretending to be this because you're dumb enough to respond to it. This isn't even genuine attraction. I have to act like I don't like you in order to get you. I have to act like I'm an asshole. I have to do all these things just so you notice me, because if I do all the right things I've been taught to do, if I do everything correctly, if I try to put you on an even pedestal with me, show you respect, 50-50 equality in the relationship, all the bullshit that gets drilled down our heads, you dry up and ghost me. Why? Why does it have to be that way? Well, when you learn female nature, you understand why. Because 9 out of the 10 guys that hit her up all do the same shit. You are invisible. They don't care about a guy that tells them she's beautiful, she looks great, buys her flowers, does all this stupid shit because 9 out of 10 guys do it. She never appreciates it. But that one guy out of 10 that doesn't even seem interested in her is the fish she can't catch. That's the guy that's elusive. Why isn't he paying attention to me like the other guys? Why doesn't he show interest as much as everybody else? Why is he blowing me off? Why does he act like I'm not attractive? And then all of a sudden, boom, it sparks that interest because I'm going to show him I am worthy of his attention. I should be getting love and affection from this guy. That's just how it works. You don't realize this because as a man, when you're living life day to day, you're invisible, bro. For the most part, nobody's complimenting you. Nobody cares about your well-being. Nobody's hitting you up. You don't have a constant stream of attention from the opposite sex. You don't have a baseline to compare to of what it's like to have people constantly wanting to get something out of you sexually. So you can't appreciate it the way a woman would appreciate being ignored, because that's so different from the norm. See, a man wants the opposite. He wants a woman to finally pay attention to him, to show him love, appreciation, affection, all that, because nobody does. That's the difference. Our baselines are completely different. We have to go out, hunt, and get and attract. They have to just sit back, pick, and choose. And she wants to choose the one that doesn't want to pick her.
Yeah, deep down chicks love a man that gives them zero attention. Nice guys finish last, always. So the guy who cared for you, you decided not to reward him? But guys who don't care at all about you, will you give up your prize easily to them? After she hits the wall and realizes she has to compete with women younger and more beautiful, her whole attitude is gonna change. Good guys finish last with women. It's up to the women if they want to change this narrative. Moral of the story, don't try too hard. Don't put in too much effort if you're not appreciated.
Fighting for his life.
He is in the friend zone for sure. I don't know why some guys place themselves in this position. We all agree that Chad and Tyrone would never do that, and this is why they get the best of them.
Help that man.
Guys, stop overdoing things. You don't have to.
Bro, what the hell is going on down here, by the way? I swear to you, man, the average level of hotness coming back to the United States. I'm here for the holidays, and it's my birthday. It was on December 5th. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, me. But coming back here, dude, an average, I don't even want to say too much before we get banned. Let's just say the concentration of attractive, beautiful women in Eastern Europe walking about day to day on average is on another planet compared to the United States. You would be okay approaching any random chick at a coffee shop, at a cafe, and thinking you came home with a dime, that you scored big time, jackpot. It's like a kid in a candy store when you're out there just looking out and about. I don't even talk about the nightclubs where obviously everybody's dressed up to the nines, or the 5-star restaurants, and everybody's looking on point. That's just walking around day to day on average.
To do that, she is literally dancing and leaning back while on his shoulder, and this is the man she will call boring. This guy will be able to skip leg day for a long time. I wonder what is stronger, their relationship or his neck. How dare she lean back? He got the whole world on his shoulders. Bro is deadlifting in a party. He can skip leg day for sure. Friend zone. Bro be doing one of the 12 labors of Hercules. He's living the dream.
Oh, I've seen this too. It's so bad. At least he's still going.
Do you think that the cowboy guy would get a band to sing for her? We all know the answer to that question. Remember,
this is what happens when the peace sleeve runs your life, dude. That guy, come on, man. There's no self-respect there. He's a simp level maximum. You can tell, like, he's willing to sing for a chick and try to serenade her. She already tells him no, go home. He thinks he's gonna convince her otherwise. Then you got cowboy hat dude just rolls up in there, grabs his girl, holds on to her while they both look at the idiocy, and he's standing there crying in public, and everybody's, well, the homies are recording it because he probably convinced them and was like, hey boys, I'm gonna serenade this chick and win her back. Let's put this shit on the gram. We're about to go viral. He did go viral for all the wrong reasons.
Make sure you don't overdo things. Also, we must know when to quit and when to let it go. He paid for the band. He might as well finish it. Better now than later, and committed. His friend kept filming because he told him already about her. This is sad and funny AF at the same time. When she comes out and gives you the sign to stop, you had a chance before, but now you don't. Nice guys finish last. That new dude ain't spending as much money, time, or showing her as much interest. Don't fall in love.
I have a question.
Oh, the
Why
tears.
is it that nobody treats you better than the guy you don't want to be with? Okay.
Because he only want to get your attention. It's not forever, it's temporary. Because we have been hurt by the bad ones, and we don't see the good ones anymore. Having the same problem. You're asking the wrong way. Say why a woman doesn't like the guy who treats her well. Because she likes the bad guys. That's the answer. Until you start to like him, he changes. Because in reality, you don't want to be treated like a queen, and nice guys always finish last.
Good boys or bad boys?
Bad boys. Bad boys.
What made you not want him? I thought he was too nice.
Most girls won't admit this, but for your sake, I will. I hate nice guys.
There is a fine line between being a nice guy and a good man. The typical nice guy exhibits primarily feminine traits, and he desires nothing about being accepted by others. He is a people pleaser, submissive, willing to sacrifice his self-respect, even at the expense of right and wrong, so long as he wins approval. He is mistaken for being virtuous, when he is simply as harmless as a mouse. Now the good man portrays virility. He is capable of being both compassionate and critical towards others when either is most necessary, even to his loved ones. Merciful when he can't be, and just when he must be. He is not concerned with being praised by the masses, but instead prioritizes living an honorable and noble life. He does not kowtow to anything beneath righteousness, including the seductive powers of a woman. He is mistaken for being heartless by the weakest of society, when he is in fact the very thing which keeps civilization from collapsing into hellish chaos. Be a good man.
Preach. I've always said nice guys always have ulterior motives, so they're disgusting to everybody, including other men, because they can see right through it. And women will just string them along to use them, but always just be well-mannered. That's what I've always said way back in the days. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a nice guy. I'm just well-mannered. That's it. And if people want to mistake that for a weakness, that's their problem. But always have a spine. Don't let anybody walk all over you. You have your boundaries. Hold them strong and don't break for nobody. Always try to align mind, body, and spirit. Chase after your ultimate purpose in life whenever you find it. And if you haven't, keep searching. But that's essentially the gist of what it means to be a man in the world today, amongst all the other things this dude listed, being the pillar of the community, the family, your friends, etc. But don't believe in the Disney fairy tale of the nice guy finishes last. If you're a good little boy, if you bend over and let her run the household, all this stuff that they're pushing down our young boys' throats is going to lead them into failed relationships and a life of loneliness. Nobody respects a nice guy. Nobody respects a feminine man. And you're not going to change this anytime soon, no matter what the culture tells you. This is ingrained in us biologically. You're not winding that back.
They always complain about guys breaking their hearts and guys don't treat them right. I wonder why. So they want bad guys, and later they even complain about being cheated and blame that all men are the same. One question to all girls: what if you get a bad boy for a lifetime as your life partner? Will you survive?
Yeah, they'll be exceptionally happy. They'll be in bliss for the rest of their life. They finally tamed the wild stallion. That's what it is in their eyes. Because that guy didn't give them attention. He probably doesn't give much attention and affection to most women. He probably uses them. She knows that because he has a harem of chicks that are chasing after him. And she feels like she won. She's the prize because he picked her out of all those other women she was competing against. She feels like she's better than the women. That's what it is. In her mind, she stands above that hierarchy. That she got picked, the single one out of the hundreds, the thousands of women that this guy had or has chasing him. She was the one that tamed the stallion and put a ring on his finger. That's what it is. That's all it is. And when you understand that, you learn to play the game properly. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey everyone, if you have a minute, please head over to legionofmen.store and grab yourself some cool merch as well. We have a bunch of limited edition designs, brand new stuff on the way, and all the proceeds go to supporting the channel. We don't want to be sponsored by corporations where we have to submit videos for review, have our speech impeded, or push any products that we don't use. So thank you so much to everybody that goes into the shop. Again, it's legionofmen.store. I'll put it up here for you guys. First time customers get a 10% off, and we have a bunch of great designs by artists from the community that watch the channel and support. They get proceeds as well, a percentage of everything that gets sold. So community funded through and through. Again, appreciate you guys.